Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Out Tips Podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Aaron.
And we're live on a Tuesday, ready to do some podcasting. Might not do any more podcasts for the rest of the week. It is Thanksgiving after all. Hornets game tomorrow, so there's a slight chance no podcast tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, don't forget Black Friday sale still going on until December the 6th.
Yes, sir.
I see you all signing up. We appreciate it. People renewing, we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Some people canceling their old ones. I get it. Respect. Understand. We not here to rip nobody off.
Life be lifing.
The official weapon of the show
Folding chair.
folding chair. Correct. That is.
I've
Tried to trick you on that one, Karen.
I tried to trick myself.
Gotta get up pretty early in the morning. The unofficial sport
Bullet ball.
and bullet ball. Extreme. All right. I guess we should start at the beginning, at the top of the list. Karen, do you have any banter?
I do.
All right. Do you have any
Banter, talk to me.
Do you have any
Banter, talk to me.
Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter, talk to me. Banter, talk to me.
Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter.
I do.
Banter. All right, hit me with some.
We went to the Hornets game last night, and it was some children there, and a child behind us. I think the baby was cheering for both teams, and it was on our end, and somebody shot a basket. It went in. And all of a sudden, the baby say, "This is what I came for." I was like, "Oh, you are having the time of your life." That baby was like, "I came to see people shoot the ball in the hole."
The kids do make it worthwhile, but since you bringing up going to the game
Yes.
and the kids,
I was acting up in
what's
front of
going
the
on?
kids.
What's going on? Oh, yeah.
I apologize. I might as well said fuck them kids last night.
Karen.
I be
is-
forgetting.
Karen is the most foul mouthed person. We're in a crowd. There's children always around us where we
is.
sit. And she just can't stop herself. She's just cussing the whole game. Just cussing. People can clearly hear what we're saying. People react to it. We don't know what them people is into. They could be religious. They there with their families. They might not want their kids to learn that kind of language at the age that they at. And Karen just can't help yelling out cussing on every sentence. And it's been 17 games or whatever. I was like, all right, fine. Like, okay, we get it. You're upset with the team. It don't need to be that much cussing for the kids. Good grief. All right. For my banter, it's weird that no one, and I think it's because we genderize chores around the house, but it is extremely weird that we don't have boys' toys that also try to get them to do household work. Like, how come nobody made a big ass transformer vacuum? Because I feel like you should be able to plug in a big ass Metroplex looking vacuum that got like a vacuum at the bottom, but like robot arms at the top, and it lights up and the eyes turn on and it start making that whirring sound, and then it should be like making lasers and shit. Like,
They would elbow the shit out of their sisters.
Yeah.
They be like, "Vacuum clean." He be like, "Poof, I got it, girl."
Yeah. Why has nobody ever tried to trick boys into doing work?
Come on, masculinity.
Yeah,
Because I
but I mean, you
somebody
have
came up with them toys and somebody shot that shit down because they's like, "No, this is not for boys."
you have stuff like boys getting tool sets, or you can get a construction hat, or some sort of like labor job that happens outside of the house. I'm sure there's even like fake ass lawnmowers or something. But like, we don't, like, boy toy is not considered like an oven. Even though most of the chefs in the world are men,
Yes.
because of patriarchy.
But at the house, yeah.
You know, we don't have like the Gordon Ramsay boy chef oven, the easy bake, but it's for Guy Fieri or whatever.
No, they're like, if you gonna cook, be paid for it. Don't be doing that shit for free like the woman should.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that we don't have that, but
Oh yeah, it's men's fault. All that shit is men's fault. Though it's too many people in the world and too many decades and centuries has passed. Somebody at some period of time, I do think, came up with was not all, but some of these ideas. Them shits got shot down. Just like they don't call them action dolls, they call them action figures. That's for a reason, because they're like, little boys don't play with dolls.
Okay, all right. Well, up to you. Next.
Oh, same thing. Back to the game. We was walking and I seen this long line. I was like, where this long ass line came from? Dippin' Dots. My black ass will never understand Dippin' Dots. I tried them bitches once, felt like little pepper rocks in my mouth, and I said never again. And them bitches has been around for 55 years, and I'm like, ugh. Y'all like it, I love it, but I don't understand the fascination with the Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I've never liked them.
Me either.
I've only had them in the mall a couple of times. Is it just because it's them little balls? Is that enough to trick y'all into thinking that's good? Is that what? Because the lines do be long,
yes.
And kids love them especially.
Kids love them.
But it's like it reminds me of when I was a kid and we had this stuff called astronaut ice cream. And they'd be like, NASA is what the astronauts fuck with in the space. And it's like astronaut ice cream, Tang, whatever the fuck. And honestly, both of those things suck. I'm like, this is why it's better on Earth. I'll never go to space. Ben and Jerry's is hitting compared to this bullshit. Like, y'all had to go to space to invent this? Like, why y'all can't just bring regular ice cream to space? It seemed like you should be able to put that in some sort of storage space, and now you got ice cream.
Do it taste different in the space? I don't know.
Yeah, it tastes different in space because ain't no Ben and Jerry's. That's all that is. Why does cutting a sandwich diagonally make it taste so much better?
I don't know.
It's facts though.
But I cut my sandwiches down.
I don't know if it's science. Like, I had a sandwich this morning and I forgot to cut it diagonal, and I was eating it and I got about halfway through. I said, oh, it would have made this shit hit if I would have cut it diagonal. It should be in part of the recipe. Like, if you make a sandwich, it should be like, and don't forget to diagonal cut it. I don't know why.
They'll be like, and don't cut it in half.
I can taste the difference.
Ooh.
I can taste it, and it doesn't work like the more cuts the better. I don't agree. So like, I've had those club sandwiches where they cut them into like 4 different triangles. Mm-hmm. Not the same. I disagree.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's just a diagonal cut. If you cut it if you just cut it straight up horizontal, it don't hit the same.
And you know what? I eat the sandwich now, but it don't hit the same.
But it don't hit the same. Diagonal hit better. I don't know.
Like grilled cheese, when they do grilled cheese, they do not normally cut it smack in the middle.
Is it our mouths are designed to eat triangles? Is
Visual?
Triangles edges taste better? I don't know.
Triangle edges do taste better now.
I don't know. Is this like some type of Pythagorean theorem, some isosceles type shit going on?
Them 90 degrees.
Yeah, but something about them triangles, man. They know what they was doing. I know the first caveman that cut his motherfucking sandwich diagonal or whatever. The first whoever invented bread in Italy or whatever. The first time somebody was like, "Oh, you know what else you could do? Cut that shit diagonal like this." It was probably like, I don't know what the fuck that's gonna do. A diagonal cut sandwich. Oh, this is good. What did you do to this? It's the same sandwich as your sandwich. Just
that 90 degrees tastes so much better.
It's just that diagonal on it. All right, Karen.
That's it.
Okay. All right, cool. Because most of my last thoughts about the same thing.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'll save a couple so that I'll use those later on at a different time. But matter of fact, let's go to a break and come right back with the show. Okay, so we can get right into what we want to talk about or whatever. So let me play a beat and come right back. It's not even going to be a random thought. It's just, this is the news of the day and I want to talk about it.
Okay, we could do that.
was waiting on it. Okay. Kendrick dropped that GNX.
Mm-hmm.
And I was waiting on the Drake Crash Out Part 2. And I gotta say,
He did not fail, did he?
he didn't disappoint.
No, he did not.
This motherfucker crashed out so bad. First of all, Drake went on a stream with one of these Twitch type streamers, some white kid I've never heard of. I'm sure he's
Okay.
very famous.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is news to me, but go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. He went on there and he was just like saying little sideways stuff about Kendrick and the album and stuff like that. And like, you know, talking trash about people. And here's the thing, dog. Either get in the booth.
We was talking about this last night. Yes.
Either get in the booth or just say, nice game. Ball up top. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
'cause
Like I took my L. Check up.
Take
See you in
your L.
2025. I'm not talking about this shit no more. It's obvious that I'm not rapping about it no more. I need to move on. I've defeated other rappers in rap battles and beefs before. I've lost before to Pusha T. Move on. I'm just moving the fuck on, and
Let's move on.
and I just need to go ahead and let this go. But he can't do it.
Nope. And Kendrick is like, as long as you talking about it, I'm talking about it too.
No. Kendrick's not as long as you're talking about it. Kendrick's just talking about it.
Oh yes, he's talking about
He's
it. Yes.
like, nothing Drake did is necessarily keeping this going at this point. This is what I
Okay.
be
Yeah.
talking about when I talk about how most people have never seen me mad, and also it's not something I prefer not to ever be mad.
Same.
It's with people because I'm not we can move on. Typically, my patience has been so exhausted
Yes.
that I honestly thought about everything someone's about to say. I thought about it a long time ago, and I just decided to crash out anyway.
Yeah, I've been like, I don't give a fuck about what you saying to me right now.
So it's not like you're presenting some new alternative knowledge to me. I'm just like, I know, and you're right. Even you could be right. Like you could absolutely be right. Like you need to let this go. It's not healthy. It's da da da. And I'm like, I hear what you're saying. That's just not what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
Anyway, so he didn't even really go hard on Drake on this album, which is very funny to me. Like, there's a lot of lines that could be about Drake, but it's really more about rappers. And of
yeah.
course, those are the lines people glommed onto, the ones that seem to intimate that there's something with, you know, that still kind of revisit the beef. But for the most part, the album's not really about just that beef. You know, I think a lot of people writing about the album and shit have missed the point because they're like, he's so angry and he's just crashing out over everything. I was like, there's a lot of shit on that album that's really not about Drake. It's just a very accessible, straightforward album.
Yes. Yeah. Particularly for people that go, Kendrick's too deep. I don't understand. I don't want to do the research. He was like, well, we're not going to do that this time. Here's a flat
And there's plenty
album.
of stuff that you could look deeper into that is, you know, like I said, Reincarnated is one of those songs. You know, even Man in the Garden being an homage to One Mic. I think Gloria is definitely a homage to Me and My Bitch by Tupac, but also to the song that Common made, not Love of My Life. I Used to Love Her.
Okay.
So like there's a lot of layers to it. I haven't even got into all that I'm gonna get out of it. I like to listen longer than most of these people. That I understand that it hurts the content. Like it would be better to have y'all like an instant reaction and then get all the clicks off of it. But I'm not really one for all of that. I like to go through stuff and then come back when I feel like I have a better understanding than most people. But also he put out a video for I think Squabble Up, and it's full of like imagery and stuff, tributes to homage to Ice-T and Isaac Hayes. Like this, like it's Kendrick. I think the bigger point to take away from all of this album and stuff, and this is why people feel like it's a Drake, like it's still a continuation of being on Drake's head. It's what's not being said, but what's being shown through his artistry and through his imagery. Kendrick is basically saying part 2, part 3, part 4, part 17 of I am of and from Black American culture. And anyone that just can't grasp that is a visitor here that don't get it. And obviously it evokes us coming back to like Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Like he don't got to say Drake's name for us to be like, yeah, Drake, the colonizer, the
Yeah.
visitor.
And I think, and I like I said, I'm probably going to listen to some more, but I think this album is more about the industry and people that he's had personal contact with and relationships with and how he feels about various different things, you know. And I think that where he is now, he was like, look, this is one thing I love about him. Whenever every album is a different version of him. A lot of people might not look at it like that, but every album I feel like I'm getting a different version of him. And this is a different version because none of his albums are the same. They all are completely different. And so I really do appreciate him doing this, doing the work, like anything he put out. But you talking about Drake, yeah, the thing about it is that Drake went on this dude's channel. You brought Drake on for the attention. Drake gives you the attention, and then it might not have been what you expected. Who knows?
What
The white dude. I don't know if you expected him to come on and do
I have
that.
nothing to say about that. That's really not even newsworthy. The only thing newsworthy out of that is that Drake's fucking streaming instead of fucking rapping.
That's the truth.
That's y'all's king. That's y'all's man. Like, get in the fucking booth, man.
And
if
rap.
if you don't want to get in the booth, that's fine. Then just don't do shit.
Yeah, don't do
Like,
shit.
I don't even see it. Like, it's this weird ass, like, I mean, I could be rapping, but I mean, we all know what would happen. I would easily beat him, even though he's been whooping my ass all year. And you know, I just need to be on the stream talking about, you know, because I'm too cool. I'm actually over this, guys. I'm like so over this.
No, you're not.
I just need to like speak on it without speaking on it. That type of shit is what's happening.
Yeah, because you don't want to admit. Do you need to make decisions have got to be made, and you doing this is just making it worse.
I don't even know that decisions have to be made. The decisions have been made.
Yeah, decisions.
He's decided he ain't hopping back in that fucking booth. And he's decided that also he's going to try to act like this is not bothering him. And I'll go back to what I said during the start of all this shit. I thought the way out for Drake was, I mean, it's hard. I guess it's hard if you're not. If Kendrick is right about you, what I'm saying is very difficult and he would never do it. But if he's wrong about you, which he could be, I think the easiest thing for Drake to have done would have been either a mixtape or an album that was simply a collection of homages and reverence for the inspirations in hip hop and black culture that got him into the game. I think that proves you not a fake ass nigga if you're like giving credit to some of these artists that we know have influenced you because we watched your career. So we know Fonte influenced you. You know, we know that there was a point where you gave him credit and now all of a sudden, no, because you won't let anyone be your equal. You can't let anyone be your inspiration. You can't let anyone be your peer amongst hip hop. So because he's framed himself that way as I'm the GOAT and I don't have to respect or truly entertain any of these people as my peers, he actually put himself in a unenviable situation where he can't be saved by hip hop either, because everybody to him, he's treated like that's my little nigga. Like 21 Savage, that's my little nigga. Future, he will say that's my brother, but Future is the reason this started, because that was the song like that where Future was dissing Drake too. We don't care about that because Future's not that great at that type of rap.
Right.
But Future allowed Kendrick to diss Drake on Future's song. So even if you saw Future as like your brother and your equal, Pluto, the worst thing he said about Future was basically like, I hate that he's mad at me. But he can't really have Future come out and save him because that's the start of everything.
Right.
You can't have 21 Savage tried. You can't have that happen because you always treated him like he was your little dude, even though 21 Savage is more Atlanta and more hip hop than you'll ever be, and he ain't really from here.
Right.
you can't, and all the other people, Yachty and all the people that Kendrick pointed out, none of those people can say anything because Kendrick points out, like, it don't matter if they come out and say anything for you. Those people can't save you from being a lame ass culture vulture. And so I thought Drake should have just got in the booth, did a tribute to whoever are his people that he. Now I'm not talking his current peers, but the crop of people before this generation, and be like, yo, Jigga made me feel this way, and so Eminem made me feel like that. And then at least you kind of push the challenge back to where people are like, you're wrong about him, Kendrick. He actually does love hip hop. Maybe he's too cool when he's playing this character of Drake, or whenever he's rapping, he's too cool to come out and just say that shit. But he basically shut you down by saying, like, nah, I do respect this culture, but he couldn't do it. Mm-mm. And low key, that's what GNX is. Mm-hmm. GNX is Kendrick's. This is how much I appreciate the culture. Here's all my influences. Hear the Pac in this. Hear the E40 in this. Hear, Death Row in this. Hear Ice-T in this. I want you to hear
SWV.
Huh?
I said, hear Luther, hear SWV.
Yeah, I want you to hear the blackness and the culture that I respect and love and covet and came from.
Right.
And Drake is on fucking Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just such a that was already stage one of the response that I was like, okay, this is not going well for Drake. Cause like the nonchalant thing hasn't been helping him. You know, like him dressing in them flowy pants and fucking taking selfies with his hair and
pants,
making duck lips and shit like that. None of that has made anybody feel like he's over it. All of us feel like, oh, he's hurting. This man is hurting. This man is sad. Mm-hmm. So then, of course, Squabble Up video drops. Then
it was early in the morning, wasn't it?
I don't remember the exact. I wasn't keeping the exact times. I haven't actually been trying to chronicle this the way I did the first beef, because I don't think Drake's gonna ever do shit back. So it's not as like before. I thought the timing was important because it was like, when the Drake track dropping. You know, now I'm like, this nigga not even finna rap. So I guess I'll check back tomorrow and see what Kendrick did. I have no urgency, no pressure, no nothing. I've just been enjoying the album. But so you get the Squabble Up video dropping. Everyone, enjoying that. Song is off the hook because like it's huge, because that was a song he teased at one point, that reincarnated, I'm stargazing, and everybody was like, man, he better not fucking never drop a song with this shit.
Yeah, because it was like so short.
Yeah, and we were all like, this is, oh my God, because rappers do that shit all the time. And so, anyway, fast forward. Drake, honest to God, did the worst thing I think I've ever seen any rapper ever do in the history of rap beefs.
Okay.
I am, it's been 24 hours. I am still in disbelief of it. Like Lil Wayne misunderstood a lyric that Kendrick said. Kendrick said, somehow my success let Lil Wayne down. And Lil Wayne definitely took it as like disrespect. Now, I'm not a huge Lil Wayne fan. Those of y'all who are, you probably also took it as disrespect. But because I'm not even as big a Lil Wayne fan as Kendrick apparently is, I was just kind of like, yeah, all right. You know what I mean? Like, Lil Wayne definitely got in his feelings because Kendrick got the Super Bowl in New Orleans, which is not a thing that they, like, we've gone over this before. And it actually made Lil Wayne look a little whack to me. And I was like, oh, damn, that's sad that he let the internet turn him into a victim like that. Like, you're doing fine, Lil Wayne. And you know you're not no Super Bowl headline shape. You know you're not that guy. It doesn't mean if they would have picked him, I would have been like, oh, what the fuck? But it's just, you know that of the two of y'all, come on. Right now, come on. Maybe one day. But It wasn't no reason that he should have felt he was definitely getting it. But he turned it into like some victim shit, like they did him wrong, and turned bitter because it's hating to me when someone gets something and instead of congratulating them, you just start talking about, woe is me, why didn't I get it? You know, there's a time and place for that shit. That was the worst time in the worst place. You know, it's if a friend of mine who has a podcast won the Podcast of the Year award, and then y'all tuned into the Blackout Tips. Three Guys On wins the Podcast of the Year award. Y'all tuned into the Blackout Tips, and it's just me and Karen complaining that we didn't get it. Come on.
There's a problem there.
Come on, y'all. Y'all would feel the same. Like, get the fuck out of here, Rod and Karen. This is fucked up. You know, this is their moment, and you definitely trying to turn this shit into some dry hating.
Yep, people do that all the time.
So Lil Wayne, who I don't think truly understood the line, which was used to bump the Carter 3. I held my rolling chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work laid Lil Wayne down, whatever though. Call me crazy, everybody questionable. Turn me to an Eskimo. I drew the line in the decimals. That's what he said in the verse. And so he said, won the Super Bowl and Nas the only one congratulated me. All these niggas agitated. I'm just glad they're showing their faces. He says later on the song. So Wayne tweeted out, man, what the fuck I do? I just be chilling and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep, I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me, but I shall destroy if disturbed. On me, love. Nigga, don't do it to yourself. I'm not even sure Kendrick will respond to a Lil Wayne diss. That's how bad it is.
I don't think he would.
That's how bad it is. Only the internet really seem to be the ones that want to like shut him down. Like they want to pump Lil Wayne up as if he could shut Kendrick down in the year of 2024, our Lord. I can't see it. Like, bruh, it's just not. It's not. Don't do it to yourself. It's not even that. I would probably enjoy him dismantling Lil Wayne just on a lyrical level, but it's the amount of feelings that these people are experiencing as rappers about these beefs. It's not. It seems like they should be the ones wanting to chill out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So anyway, Lil Wayne, please don't do this. You know,
please don't.
No one was talking bad about you. No one was asking you to show up. And if you took some sort of offense, I don't think Lil Wayne in 2024 has what it takes to truly make me be like, God damn, he bodied Kendrick. I would be willing to say it if he did it, but I like Lil Wayne. He was just on Earth Gang and shit. It's not like I'm against this dude. It's not like I'm not a fan. It's just he's not my GOAT. So I don't even have like the nostalgic, like, let me pull up a freestyle he did in 2012 and be like, he would body Kendrick.
Yeah.
Well, that's 12 years ago. That's like me pulling up Michael Jordan dunking from the free throw line and being like, he would kill LeBron. Like, he would kill LeBron maybe in 1989, but it is 2024 and LeBron's still playing and he ain't. So we just gotta leave it at that. But that's not the worst thing. Like I said, that was Lil Wayne. Just kind of feel bad for Lil Wayne. Letting them people get in his head. Drake. Karen. This man is a habeas corpus ass nigga. He went to the lawsuits. He's suing Universal Music Group and Spotify, saying that they artificially inflated Kendrick Lamar's song "Not Like Us" to make it the unanimous #1 hit that we heard all over the world. I mean, there were videos of people playing at weddings in Sri Lanka.
Man, listen, I can't speak for nobody else. For me personally, I know I played that song like 10, 20,000 times, like by myself. Like
Yes.
that shit was for like a three weeks, almost a month. That shit was a motherfucking
These
repeat.
HBCU marching bands that are playing at these games, are they part of the Universal Music Group, Spotify? Like
Right.
Collaboration? Are they part of the Illuminati, or is it just that people fuck with this song like that?
They even performed it at the Hornets game last night.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, brother. It's what are you doing? What are you doing?
And I know I ain't the only one that played it a umpteen million times, so them numbers is real.
I know you're having a hard time right now. You're going through it.
Through the fire.
You need to get in the booth. You can't solve this in a courtroom. You can't solve this with a lawsuit. Getting your lawyers on the case, nigga. Is that what we're doing? You're calling your attorneys. You said, let me get my representation to handle this. In a rap beef with the one nigga in rap who absolutely won't murder you. Will not have you killed.
Will not murder you. Right, 100%. He was like, I'm gonna kill you on these bars.
Like, brother, there's no need to get writs and torts involved in this.
Right.
Go write. I know you don't write, but go get someone to write
you a song.
A song. Not a lawsuit, not a brief. You're not supposed to be filing briefs. You're supposed to be making songs. I'm so disgusted with this nigga. It's so, oh my God.
He just don't want to take that L. And like it says that internal ego, like everybody has it, an internal voice to go, not me. You ain't gonna do this to me.
Every stereotype you've heard about, like, oh my God, it's just so bad. I think I saw my girl the Queen Speaks on Twitter, and she said there's no such thing as light skin behavior, but Drake like trying to prove it or something. I know I'm fucking up what she said, but it made me laugh so hard because I was like, right, this is the most light skinned stereotypical behavior we've ever heard. It's a rap battle. Either don't respond and act like it's not happening, or get in the booth and reply.
Rap battle.
You don't call motherfucking the lawyers and be like, hey, shut this down.
You bringing lawyers in there that's like, yes, Drake, you called us, we stopped everything because you showed up. He was like, yes, I want to sue Spotify. Why? Something happened? You know the lawyers are like, what's happening? He was like, cause of Kendrick. Fuck him.
I know as soon as they seen his name on the fucking caller ID, they was like, what he want?
Yes, what he want.
What he want? Like,
they made the secretary pick up the phone.
Right.
There was take a message.
Right. Tell him we not here. Oh my God. So he says, now keep in mind, UMG is Drake's label. Okay? Him and Kendrick basically under the same label. I don't know the exact way that this contract set up, but they're both on it. So it's very weird to do this. I'll tell you why I think he's doing it in a second. Because I don't think he's actually wants to win this lawsuit or thinks this lawsuit will be effective.
I agree.
But he's suing them, saying that they used a legal scheme involving bots, payola, and other methods to pump up Not Like Us when the two stars were feuding. UMG did not rely on chance or even ordinary business practices, attorneys for Drake's company Right. It instead launched a campaign to manipulate and saturate the streaming services and airwaves. Drake's attorneys accused UMG of violating the Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organization Acts, which is the RICO. Same shit YSL on trial for. Same shit they try to get Trump for. The RICO.
You wasting people's time. Lawyers want to have to take your money, but you wasting everybody's time. I think within a month or two he gonna drop in the shit. Like, cause this right here makes no. What evidence do you have of this?
Right, and so everyone's saying the same thing, which I think is a very valid point, which is Drake, you've been on UMG this whole time. Everyone knows about the playlist manipulation shit. When you go to Spotify, Drake's in every playlist.
Yes, he is.
And has been for years.
Yes, he has.
It was one of the touchstones of why he was so popular is partially when he put a song out, it immediately went into the, hey, have you heard this song on Spotify?
Yes.
And so if he's saying they somehow manipulate popularity and manipulated Not Like Us into the most popular song ever or whatever, then what were they doing for you? They were not cheating for you, but then they were cheating for Kendrick. How do you know this unless they were cheating for you and you think they cheated for Kendrick, and that's the only way to get someone to be more popular than you? How do you know? What makes you even suspect this unless you have to admit, like, oh yeah, I know because I've benefited from it, which he's not putting in the lawsuit. He's just saying I just know it. Now it doesn't seem like he's providing much proof. Some of the proofs are like links to academics, the podcaster guy, the streamer, links to his episodes and being like,
I know he showed them lawyers that. It was like, boo, get out my face with this. I need evidence.
The lawyers wrote the brief, Karen, so he didn't. That's not how lawyering works. Apparently, when you that rich, the lawyer's gonna put it in there. It's like, what's the proof? Here's a link to an episode of DJ Academics. Okay, we'll just throw that in there
with everything else. You got anything else, sir?
This is the most. This is suing UMG and Spotify if you're Drake instead of rapping, instead of getting in the booth, instead of ignoring it. It's not skim, bitch. It's not low fat, bitch. This is 100% grade A, vitamin D, whole bitch. For him to do this shit. You know, Nick, that you made Not Like Us true.
Yes, you did.
It was an accusation that was very damning and seemed to be true. But when you go, I'm suing in a rap beef, I have no choices to be like, you're not like us. Culturally, that's a no-no.
Right, and other rappers have said, like, yeah, he sued over this and sued over that. He just sues people.
Who?
Drake.
He does? I don't know. I did not know him to be this litigious. Because he's gotten in beef before. He got in beef with Pusha T. He got in beef with Meek Mill. I've never seen him sue somebody before. This is new.
Not really sue, but just like take this down and take that down. He was smacking with that.
Well, it definitely makes me feel like that cease and desist.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
When Kendrick said that shit, well, he said that you sent that cease and desist, and everybody was like, he lying. And one of the rap lines in Drake's response was, cease and desist is for hoes. There's no bigger cease and desist than suing somebody for racketeering because their song dissing you was too popular.
Yeah, what law did they break, sir?
You literally called the cops on this man.
Yes, you did, for walking down the street.
You was getting your ass beat so bad, you called the cops. I'm not saying for walking down the street. He's still whooping your ass. He not walking down the street. Yeah, he walking on your neck.
Yeah, you know what?
But you started it.
I was about to say, yes, you ran up. There was like, say something. Come on. I'm big and I'm big. I suck your dick. Give me some. I want to fight. He was like, you really want me to fight? Yes.
I remember.
Me too.
Drop. He was basically saying, like, he was begging this man to drop a song.
Yes.
During that one lull in the rap beef where he put out 2 songs of his own, the fake ass AI shit with Tupac, which Tupac's estate asked him to take down, not Kendrick Lamar. That was not a cease and desist or anything legal from Kendrick Lamar's point of view. And he had that, and then that you got to drop a song. Okay.
I remember that.
In the AI song, he told him, please. Well, we'll get to this in a second, but just remember this. Put a pin in it. He told this man to please bring up the allegations that I'll be fucking underage girls. That was a thing he asked Kendrick Lamar to do. But go ahead, Karen. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I agree. He 100% started, because people have the tendency to forget that he begged and pleaded and begged and pleaded and did, like you say, you getting your ass whooped, so now you call the cops when you started the whole altercation.
Now, both of them signed to UMG. Him doing this, to me, is a signal that he wants out of his deal with UMG, which apparently that $400 million that they gave him, I don't know what happens to that. I mean, from my understanding, that's the reason Drake was putting out so much fucking music. I mean, Kendrick and many other people have alleged that he really is like check to check with this shit, where like he can't afford to not be putting out mixtape song after song, 4-5 albums in a year sometimes, because he really couldn't like his deal just precluded that in order to pay this money back, I'm gonna have to continue to constantly be touring and working, which is fine. I wasn't even judging that. I don't give a fuck about what someone's money situation is,
Right.
But you kind of made this a big deal because you're suing them, and basically saying the label is picking favorites to make one guy more like better than the others.
Right. If they did it for him, you basically saying they're doing it for me too. So you literally making them and you look terrible.
Now it's saying, well, he's not saying that they're doing it for me, but I mean, what else are we to assume?
Right. It's the same company.
Like, why? So they would only do this for one artist. It's like whenever lately the Trump, like a Republican person will come out and go, my election was rigged. The Democrat beat me. They rigged the election. I am not going to be county commissioner because Democrats are stealing elections, and it's not working in 2024 because everybody's like, so they stole the county councilman seat in the greater Orange County area, but then they let the rest of Pennsylvania go to Trump? That seems like a dumb way to rig something.
Right.
So they rigged the town water supply captain.
His job,
But
right?
everything at the presidential level, they said, let's just not go too far. We really, really don't want the dog catcher to be a Republican. But the president, we're okay with that.
We're okay with that.
So that's essentially that's how we have to take it. Like, he's not going to say they juiced my numbers, but we can't be like, so they only juiced Kendrick Lamar.
And not yours.
But Drake, the number one rapper for 15 years, they were like, let's not put our thumb on the scales.
Right, that don't make sense.
This is totally authentic, what he's doing. Fuck out of here. All right. Now, technically, that filing is not yet a full lawsuit, but a so-called pre-action petition, a procedure under New York law that aims to secure information before filing a lawsuit. Parties named in such petitions will not necessarily be targeted in the eventual lawsuit, and the allegations in Monday's filings seem more squarely aimed at UMG than Spotify. Of course, they denied it. UMG said the suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns, no amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments, and this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear. Basically, like, don't take it up with us. The people decided you was a whack ass nigga, and that's why they listen to that shit. Have you tried not being a bitch ass nigga? No? Well, you should give it a shot, because you know what? Don't
Give it
help.
a try.
I'll tell you what's not beating the bitch ass niggas allegations. Lawsuits instead of raps.
Instead of raps, right.
Right. It says they schemed the variety of ways by charging Spotify vastly reduced licensing rates in exchange for the streamer recommending the song to users who had searched for unrelated songs and artists. They also claim UMG paid influencers to boost the song on social media and also hired armies of bots to fraudulently spike the numbers. Now, here's what I'm saying though, because this is the same thing with they trying to steal the election shit. You let me know the shit that you do when you start accusing people of it. This is the cheater coming in the house wanting to look at your phone. Why you want to look through my phone, dog? I'm in here being faithful. Why you looking so? Why you sweating? You know what I mean? That's what this Drake shit is, because Drake definitely uses bots online. Mm-hmm. If you on social media, you've experienced his bots. If you said anything remotely about Drake and Kendrick,
You better put a star or something in there to misspell it, because if not, you're going to have bots on your ass.
and I'm not saying everybody is a bot. Mm-mm. There's a lot of, just like not everybody online is like a Russian, whatever.
Right.
A lot of people are, either biased or within this code or influenced,
followers.
or they think this is real, whatever. That's not my job to parse out, but some people really are like committed to Drake. I see them all the time, and I just like, ooh, oh no, Lord, where was the fathers? But this is so ridiculous. He says UMG conspired with and paid currently unknown parties to use bots to artificially inflate the spread of Not Like Us and deceive consumers into believing the song was more popular than it was in reality. Here's what I would guess. is happening. I think he will at some point rescind this, or it will be thrown out. And I think this is just another thing, kind of like how Donald Trump sues people that are telling the truth on him. Mm-hmm. It's another thing for people to give cover, because at this point he only has his stands left, and his stands will believe anything. Like he can say anything, and they'll be like, "Yep, Drake said it's true."
Yep.
So I think he just needs these reasons out there. This is Donald Trump suing everybody and saying you stole the election, and then judge after judge throwing it out because they never could provide any evidence or proof.
Right.
But it was enough in the zeitgeist for people that are either Republican, conservative leaning, or just flat out MAGA people to be like, they stole the election. And we know they stole that election because they sued them, and the lawsuits got thrown out because the judges are still in the election. They stole the election. They only, he's only getting accused of rape because they're trying to steal the election. You know, that kind of, and it's just enough if you're in a cult for it to sound like that. One particularly eye-catching claim: the petition claims UMG paid Apple to have his voice assistant Siri purposely misdirect users to Kendrick songs. Online sources reported that when users asked Siri to play the album Certified Lover Boy by Drake, Siri instead played Not Like Us, which contains the lyric Certified Pedophile, an allegation against Drake, the rapper's lawyers write. Apple's not named as a respondent in the petition, nor accused of any legal wrongdoing.
What?
So he just threw that out there. I bet you it's like one TikTok video.
I know Apple is like, why you taking the bite out of me? I ain't do nothing.
Yeah.
I like that joke.
The weeds must be kicking in.
It is.
Drake's attorneys say he raised the issue with UMG before heading to court, but that the music giant had no interest in taking responsibility for his misconduct. Because what are you doing is not true. Like, all right, my nigga, okay, you seem very upset by this. This thing we did not do. To the contrary, he claims UMG has actively tried to conceal his wrongdoing, including by firing staffers perceived as having loyalty to Drake. So I think this is all to get out of his deal. I think he wants out of his UMG deal. Now, that is not even the worst part.
It's more?
Yes, it gets worse, which is crazy to say, crazy to believe. It honestly gets worse. So, if you'll notice in that lawsuit, everyone made the same kind of point, which is it's weird that you're suing the UMG about the popularity of a song that none of us doubts is popular. Is there anyone out here that thinks the song was like, let's say UMG juiced the numbers. Do you think they juiced it 1,000%, 1,000,000%, 100%, 5%? Like, let's say they juiced the numbers. Did they, for those that listen to our show that listen to the song, what did you feel juiced into it? Were you like, man, I really wouldn't like this song? It's like how there's certain artists, what's my girl name? Ice Spice. Like Ice Spice. You can put her on every playlist in the world. It doesn't make me a fan of hers. You know, Drake for years has been on playlists, and I've been like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah, I skip.
So like, obviously something's happening here that's more than what Drake is willing to admit to.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, my article thing just went down. But the thing that made it worse, this man really came out of his mouth and he sued, but he did not sue for what I think is obvious. The man called you a pedophile. You like, that song not that popular. Sir? Is there anything else you might want to address before we get to
before we get here?
If the song is too popular or not?
We got a lot of issues before we get to too popular.
Yeah, you don't feel like you should maybe bring something else up?
Nope. I told you what I was bad about.
Right. If 3 guys went on and made a song and was like, Rod is a pedophile, made a podcast, the thing I'm not going to argue with is like, it was #1 on the podcast charts. I'm going to be like, yo, I'm not a pedophile.
Before I address anything
Can y'all not say that about me? That's definitely not true. But keep in mind, he told this dude, he told Kendrick, bring up that I'm a pedophile. I dare you. Drop. And Kendrick said, okay, I got you. I got you. I'm glad you said it. I said, don't get personal. You don't want to go there. You said, I am going to get personal.
Right.
I'm going to take it there. And I said, I said, Lord, don't make me do it. Because, you know, he was praying. He was, you know, Kendrick. He's blessed and barely favored. He's just stressed and barely favored over there. He's like, the Lord is always on me. And I'm trying to do right by him. But I be barely making it out these battles.
Ooh, if you don't hold my hand back, I ain't the person I used to be.
You know I'm not with that.
Right?
I will pop out on your ass. And Drake said, do it. Like, here's fucking Tupac telling you to do it.
He pleaded.
Here's Snoop Dogg telling you to do it. Do it. You better drop this shit, bitch. And so he dropped it. And he did call you a pedophile. And not just a pedophile. He called you a pedophile on the Song of the Year.
Yeah, that shit is played everywhere.
I mean, I've been in arenas where children are saying A minor. We were at the Hornets game, and it was Orlando Magic on a Monday, which means no one's gonna be there. They know that, so that means we get in-house entertainment.
Yes.
Meaning they're not paying for a halftime show of some motherfuckers to fly in. It like you're not getting anything special. It's just like they look around the building. What you doing? Come on over here and be halftime.
Yes.
Like normally it's like cheerleaders or like these guys that jump off trampolines and dunks, or it's like, you know, the dance team. Sometimes they have like kids play each other.
Or they do those questions,
trivia. Like it's something cheap. So yesterday it was the DJ who was the DJ for the arena. He did like a tribute to hip hop, plays our old school hip hop songs. The DJ's name is DJ A Minor. When I tell y'all,
damn, I ain't realize that was his name.
So why you thought they were saying A minor yesterday? They said
Oh,
it like
because it
5
was at
times.
the song. I did my bad.
Because I even said during the game, I said that's the worst. That's the worst way to have your nickname put in a song. Because that line is you're trying to fuck A minor. Basically, you have sex with children, and meanwhile at the end of his set it was like, y'all give it up for DJ A minor, and I was like, ooh. When they zoomed in on him, I was like, oh no,
You know, because there's such thing as A minor, so it's one of those things where I'm going, you picked that name before this song came
right.
out.
Oh, I know, but that's not the song I would use. Someone else got to drop another song that don't use it that way.
B flat.
Yeah, I don't want my name associated with that shit.
No.
But anyway, my point being, the song had A minor. Kids are saying it. Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Wop, 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 wop.
They didn't edit none of it out.
People are dancing to it. Drake sues for that next. He's like, hey, also in addition to this, it's fucked up that you out here calling me a pedophile. I'm glad everybody brought it up before me.
Did Drake just was like, here's my list of grievances. Are you sure? You sure? I want them all in there. You know, they kept looking up going, you sure?
I don't think that's what happened. I think he sued over the fake numbers. And Drake is hyper online. He sees everything people are saying. And everyone made the same fucking point. Who gives a fuck what number it was on the chart? He called you a fucking pedophile. You're not suing over that for defamation. You're suing to say, hey man, the song was really more like number 3 and you said it was number 1. Okay, I have a problem with that. It's like, but he called you a pedophile. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a problem with that too. I'm very offended because it's not true.
But
which is why I'm
what's
offended.
more important is this other stuff.
So now he's alleging defamation over this false song. Here's what I got. Once again, this is the most bitch made shit I've ever seen in my motherfucking life.
I didn't know about this long.
Zero respect for this man. Zero.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Here's why though. The first thing being, you're suing him how long after the fucking song been out there? We know all the words now, brother. This is going to your grave. Like it's never gonna not. You could win the lawsuit and it never would change anything. Secondly, I hate people like this. You made shit up too. So if you're saying this is not true, which is what you're saying, are you also saying when you say he beats his wife, when you said that he what was the other things he said about Kendrick? He was just like with all the shit he said, that was fair game. You don't got to worry about going to lawsuit. That's not defamation. To bring up the allegations you put in your songs, you're both talking shit about each other. No one in the history of rap has ever done no bullshit like this.
Yeah, this makes you look bad.
This is bullshit. That's like Ja Rule suing 50 Cent like, I'm not a wankster. Your Honor, this man
that would
said...
be hilarious though, but yeah.
He said I am a wankster. First of all, I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know what that is.
That was not a term we was using before he made the song. So number one, disagree. Number two,
this sound like Drake list.
you can't prove that I am one of these wanksters. And I demand to be recompensed in court.
Not recompensed.
Get out of here, dog. What are you doing? Why can't you just keep rapping? If you're making stuff up
Everything
about
but
him
rap.
and he's making up stuff like that about you, boom. Here's the third thing, Karen. You know what's not in this lawsuit that said you made lies up about me?
What's that?
He didn't say you lied and said I had a daughter that I was hiding.
Oh, he did not.
Why isn't that in the lawsuit? He's like, I don't be fucking no underage girls. All right. He also said you had a daughter you weren't really claiming. Let's look at these stream numbers again. Nah, man, what's going on with are we suing or we not suing? What's going on?
Yeah, this shit either gonna get thrown out or he's gonna end up just dropping the case.
This song is not required to be no rap song really, but it's not required to even be factually accurate in a diss song.
No.
I don't know if Jay-Z was a Tybo hoe in 36 in a karate class. I don't know if he was doing that. That's just what Nas said, and it was good. I don't know if the girls called Jay-Z ugly or not. I don't know. But they was talking shit about each other. It was not for... We didn't need to go through it with a fine tooth comb. It's never been handled
like we're trying to get a PhD. No.
He didn't publish an article. It's not slander. It's not libel.
It don't have to be peer reviewed.
It's a rap song saying you ain't shit after you said he ain't shit.
Right?
What are we doing right now, bruh?
Academia does not need to be here right now.
That's like him suing you for you talking about he don't do nothing for his community. Meanwhile, this nigga is all throughout his community uplifting people. None of us even took your disses seriously because we was like, we know that shit isn't true. You just need to have something to say.
Right.
Drake is a hit dog hollering. I'm like, yes, it's true.
I agree. Yeah, I hate to be like this, but as more time has passed, the more I think about it, I go, yeah, I believe what he said is true. Because you go back and you, particularly and not like us, you think about it, you like, and you thinking about what's happening right now between the time you go, yeah, dog. Honestly, all them allegations are true. A lot of them are, yeah.
Honestly, I hope it goes to trial. It won't. This shit getting thrown out. But honest to God, if I had my druthers, I want this shit to go to trial and I want it televised like the O.J. Simpson trial. I want to see, because if it's fair game,
yeah, if it's fair
then
game.
I want to see him. To prove that Whitney is cheating on Kendrick and that his children aren't really his and that she's actually fucking Dave free. And the reason for the evidence of this is you look through her Instagram followers. Sir, would you like to present this evidence? Are your lawyers going to defend that in court as well?
Right.
You motherfucking, oh my God. I cannot believe you jurisprudence
and you confirm,
ass nigga.
You're not like us.
Yes. I cannot believe this. This honestly, this is the worst loss in hip hop history in the beef. Like,
you know what?
It's worse than niggas who got killed. dead. Like Tupac got murdered,
Yeah,
and
back
it
in
was
the
not
day.
as bad as Drake being alive to do this. He would have been better off getting murdered. He would have been better off some point being like, oh man, we turned on the news, Joe, he got shot. What? Drake? Oh man, that's terrible, man. It should have never be this serious. And we would be doing tributes and we'd all be saying shit like, man, first Nipsey, and then, like 7 Atlanta rappers would come out, man, he stole my song, but he took me under his wing. Like, it would have been much kinder to him than to just live and let
through
us
the
know
process.
you are a bitch.
We did not have to know none of this information.
You should have took this to the grave.
I wouldn't have told
Let's get to point
nobody.
4. I think I'm at 4. If my mind is this sharp after this weed pizza, guys,
You're doing good,
just
then.
understand that if I'm actually on 4, somebody let me know. But I'm on point.
I don't remember
Point
either. I'm
4.
sorry.
Point 4.
Okay.
Do you remember what he said in his last diss song, back the Heart Part 6 to Kendrick?
Oh, he didn't tell him the dark process to Kendrick.
Yeah, he said, we fed you that information. It's all fake.
He did.
Now, sir, in addition to why would you feed a man information that you're a pedophile?
And then turned around and be like, did anybody do it? If you did it, let me know. The punk ass niggas telling.
He said he had money out to find out who leaked the information, but also I leaked the information. I told y'all it was stupid when it happened. Some people were still in Drake denial at the time, but he said, I fed you this information. This is all fake. None of this is real.
He did.
So why are you suing?
Why are you
I
suing?
thought he took your bait. You caught him in a trap. You got him.
That's what he said.
The receipts are fake. There's no reason to verify anything because none of it can be real if Drake says it's not real. You won't take that shit to trial. This is the most Karen shit. I'm sorry, Karen. But this is the most Karen shit.
I don't take that one personally.
For a man, he basically said, I want to speak to your manager.
Your supervisor.
Y'all work at the same place. You went to HR.
He did.
You took Kendrick to HR. You was talking shit and we heard you.
Took him
He
to
talked
HR.
shit back. Now you embarrassed talking about we need to get Nancy and HR on top of this because you're just not gonna disrespect me like that.
I'm not gonna take it.
Right. This should have all been an email.
Yes.
This is crazy.
An internal email.
I've never seen no shit like this in rap. And
Everybody showing up going, damn, I got to be in the meeting because y'all beefing.
if you still respect this man after this, you're just built different than me.
Built very differently.
You a different person. I knew people I already thought it was whack to be defending his bullshit the last few months anyway. I was kind of out on it fast. I was like, ooh, ouch. Oh no. It's over. It's no, I remember having a long conversation with my brother at the middle of the night. We was just we love rap and hip hop like that. And we was talking and I kind of walked him through it because, he got kids and a job. Like, he ain't got time to be up on all this shit.
Right.
And so I'm just walking him through it and he's like, damn, yeah. It's like he lost. Because my brother was kind of like, I don't know, they battled, it's over. Drake dropped that Hard Part 6 shit and I guess it's over. And I was like, you got time? Because I can break down the lyrics for you real quick and show you how he lost. And I did. And he was like, oh yeah, he definitely lost. Damn, that's crazy. The fact that was months ago and Drake has just gotten worse and worse. And now we're going to court. We're filing legal briefs.
Yeah. Like I said, you go from the cease and desist into this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my
People that was
God.
like, yeah, I got one from Drake and I got one from Drake. It's like, I believe you did do all of those.
Dog, what are you doing, man?
I can't respect you.
You
Just go to the booth and make people money.
I don't, y'all know I love rap. I can't even listen to Drake's diss songs to Kendrick anymore. I haven't listened to him in months. And I was listening to both during it because I thought, especially push-ups, I was like, ooh, I like this push-ups. He talking some shit. But he went out so bad. I can't listen to those songs anymore without being like, it's secondhand embarrassing to me. It's like when you watch a clip from a prank show or something, and you know what's gonna happen to the person being pranked, and they don't, obviously. And so sometimes you get secondhand embarrassment because you like, oh, he don't know that pie about to fall on his face when he opened the door. I don't know if I can watch this. Oh, except obviously something way worse. That's how I feel listening to his music now. I'm like, I don't want to. Oh, this is embarrassing. He had no idea that, it's Maury. When you watch Maury, and then they have a plant in the green room with the dude that's on the show for cheating, and it just happens to be a woman in like a bodycon dress, sitting across from him with no bra on, being like, what are you here for? I just happen to want to fuck anybody that comes in this room. And he's like, pussy, don't mind if I do. And then Maury busts in and be like, hey, we had you on camera the whole time. You a cheater. It's like, I'm not a cheater, Maury. I love my wife. It's like, well, here's the video. You trying to fuck this lady. You've been sitting here this whole time recorded, and we know you tried to fuck this woman, and you just lying. And I feel embarrassment for that person because I'll be like, yes, catch them, but also, damn. It's cheaters. When I watch cheaters and you like,
yeah,
nigga, why they know you was at the hotel.
Yes,
like,
they do.
You think they rolled up on you at the hotel by coincidence? They noticed your favorite hotel. They know you always get this room.
Yes, they do.
It's a baby, no, it's only one time. And then Joey got to come up. Actually, it's the 5th time, and that's just this week. Baby, I don't even know it. Nah, this is y'all work together. You want to see the video? You want to look at the video? Because you seem to forgot what you did we had a video.
Then they're like, nah, they smacked the iPad at
And what do they get mad at? They don't be mad at the cheating. They be mad that you found out.
Yes.
They be pointing, well, why you recording me? Well, how come your song streaming so high? Huh? How come it's the #1 song in the world? I mean, if you so damn, if I'm the cheater, but you the one with the #1 song. Do you ever think about that?
That's how it sounds too.
Right. I'm suing you for calling me a cheater just because you know I be cheating. That's fucked up.
That's fucked
You ain't got to tell people, so you just going to put this on camera. I'm just out here for the world. So that's really what he sounds like. And it's really fucking embarrassing. And I don't know how. I mean, I've been waiting for this dude to kind of like have a downfall. This is beyond my wildest imaginations of a downfall. Because I just thought it was a given that he was one of the top people in hip hop, and it was just going to always be remembered that way.
Yeah,
and I always felt
it for so long.
Yeah, I always felt like I was never fully on board with Drake because I don't feel like Drake is the kind of artist that I like. Like he reveals nothing about himself.
Yeah, and sorry to cut you off, but also this is what with everything going on, when you talk to some people, it's like you have another generation and another generation. It's like his audience eventually just outgrows him, because he's in this one area, and the people in that area love him. But then after a while, if you start maturing, you be like, he ain't talking about nothing. You just float away. At least that's what I'm getting from online.
Yeah, and I think that's one of his ways of trying to stay relevant was like, well, there's always somebody turning 23 years old. So yeah, I might be going 38, 39, 40 years old, but there's always a crop of 23-year-olds stuck in a 23-year-old mentality who think I'm the man. And that shit, of course, was not the part. I was never holding him up to high standards. So just before anybody even tries to throw that part out there, I don't care that he was making immature music. About doing immature shit. I didn't give a fuck. He could have been 60 rapping about that shit. It really wouldn't have bothered me. I was like, if he got good production and every once in a while drops a clever line, it's good. Go to the gym music. Like, I don't hold everybody to some high standard. I wouldn't have called him my GOAT. I wouldn't have even called him the greatest rapper of all time or the greatest rapper at the time. But that didn't mean that I didn't respect that, hey, he has a place in rap. Enough people fuck with him that I can just go, yeah, it's Drake. And just move on.
He'll go down in history. And right.
And sometimes he would drop songs I genuinely love.
Same.
Like, no jokes, not even trying to be funny. He's dropped multiple songs. I was like, I love that song. That's my
bop.
And I didn't get into the rest of the shit, the culture vulture shit. But damn, how can you look past it now? How can you look past that he don't write his own raps when he's writing his own lawsuits? Like, how can you look past it? He has left me no choice. This nigga is whack.
Yes, he is.
He's a whack ass nigga.
That's some whack shit to do over rap beef. Nigga, get in the booth, and if you ain't rapping, then just stop.
If you don't get your Canuck ass in a motherfucking studio and put some fucking something to wax, what are you doing? I don't care about these sullen pictures on Instagram. I don't care if you braiding your kid's hair. No one cares about that.
Nobody cares about your balloon pants.
And it's only because you lost that people acting like you weren't out of motherfucking pocket. Saying this man beats his wife, she's cheating on him, and his fucking kids aren't his.
Yeah.
Those are 3 offenses I would slap the shit out of a nigga for, and yet somehow because you lost, it's like, poor me, he hurt my feelings. I was just rapping with my friends, and then Kendrick Lamar came up out of nowhere, and he just started beating on me for no reason.
I want to make my mama proud. You guys are not doing anything with your life. You may not see it, but I'm trying to accomplish something, and you guys are preventing me from that. All y'all haters, I'm trying to accomplish my dreams. If you don't like me, just block me. I didn't do anything to you.
What a bitch. All right. So yeah, that's the latest thing with Drake and Kendrick. Just really sad.
Thanks for keeping me up. God damn, yeah, that was rolling deep over there.
Really went out sad. Throw a couple. Let's see. I need to start wrapping up. I got something to do at 7. Let me see. What else can we talk about real quick? I don't feel like doing no Trump things. Maybe do a little bit of white people news.
Okay.
That sound good to you? All right. Let me just look up my white people news music. There we go.
White people news, we're bringing egg salad to the barbecue. We might be problematic or a little bit dim. That sounds really harsh on our fragile big skin. It's white people news.
All right. Big white people news happening this week.
Okay.
All kinds of whiteness. We love to see it. They out here doing what they need to do. Doing all they do. This is big news for white people. Doctors say it's fine to pee in the shower. Now I know you people that don't wash the legs. If you don't wash your legs, imagine there's other things you do in the shower. So doctors say, hey, because someone need to ask. Dr. Karen Edelber, a professor in urology, said it's really personal preference that people don't like to associate a place where you clean yourself in the shower to a place where you also do some elimination. Urinating in the shower is unlikely to create any health problems, according to urologists, and it is not likely to clog up the drain. Still, there are certain scenarios in which using the shower as a makeshift toilet might not be a good idea. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of reasons that's not a good idea.
Right.
Yeah, so just anyway, big banner news for white people. Good day for y'all. Y'all found out some stuff today. So good for y'all. They say don't worry about catching UTIs off of this. They say it's very unlikely that you would catch a UTI from peeing in the shower. There's a very low risk of skin infection. Okay, so if the urine gets on your feet and your legs, okay, it's a low chance. Okay, urine is food for bacteria and fungi. When it lands on an open wound, it can make the wound hard to heal because bacteria now have nourishment to keep growing, increasing the risk of bacteria. So, just don't be cut on the legs, I guess. I don't know.
What you doing is peeing?
So, yeah, they said now avoid urination in baths and hot tubs because you nasty motherfuckers need to hear that for some reason.
Oh, no. That's like when they had a thing on there, go, do not eat this inside your shoes. I was like, oh, because some of
y'all need to hear that. Boiling hot water and you want to throw some urine in there. Why don't you just brine yourself? You sick son of a bitch. In other white people news, a woman refuses to host Thanksgiving after her sister hands out family code of conduct contract.
What did it say?
Let's see. It's probably on Reddit. Yeah, I've hosted Thanksgiving for my family every year since I moved into my house 5 years ago. It's always a little messy and chaotic, but that's part of the charm, right? But this year, her 29-year-old sister decided she wanted to help bring some order to the gathering. At first, I thought she meant coordinating who would bring what dishes and help clean up. Instead, she showed up in my house last week with printed copies of what she called a family code of conduct. She insisted everyone read and sign them before attending. The code includes a rule against overlapping conversations at the dinner table, with suggestions for taking turns like a respectful debate club. That's a lot.
You talking about family? Yeah, have conversations in all types of directions. Are you just gonna have somebody consistently be in this?
Well, you gonna have a stick you pass around? I'm holding the talking stick. Can someone pass me the mashed potatoes? Okay, on to you. A ban on political or controversial topics, with her as the final arbiter of what was too heated.
You don't get out of here. Well, then I'm not going to your goddamn party, bitch.
First of all, I don't mind that as an idea. I don't go to Thanksgiving to talk politics or controversial topics, if I'm being honest with y'all. But at the same time, I feel like once you make it a rule and you the one that gets to decide, now it's just what are your politics?
Yup.
What do you think is controversial?
Yup.
Like, you just made it worse.
Yes, you did. Versus having people having normal ass conversations that they were gonna have anyway.
Everybody used to ignoring that uncle or whoever the fuck be saying crazy shit at y'all cookouts and Thanksgivings. Everybody know who he is. They like, oh, just don't talk to him. Sister also wants a smart casual dress code because holiday photos should reflect well on the family. And she wanted to assign seats based on optimal personality compatibility. She was completely serious when I laughed to say you can't be serious. She accused me of not taking her efforts to improve family dynamics seriously. I told her I wasn't going to enforce a code of conduct in my house, and that if she wanted to micromanage Thanksgiving, she could host it herself. She then doubled down. The woman canceled Thanksgiving when her sister doubled down, and now her mom thinks they should humor her sister, while that 35-year-old brother thinks he won't attend if the code exists. Family. I honestly, at this point, I would attend. I think everyone should attend. I would sign the contract, and then I would just do what the fuck I felt like doing, because the fuck you gonna do?
Right.
Sue me, Drake? No. You just gonna sit over there and be mad that we talking about what the fuck we feel like talking about and you can't do shit.
Right.
Fuck wrong with you, weirdo? So, yeah. I imagine those white people.
Of course.
Cher recalls deciding to loan out her virginity at 14 and have revenge sex with a boy who dismissed her. I was so angry. She has a new memoir, Cher the Memoir, Part 1. Okay, ambitious.
Oh,
I see you.
shit.
I see you.
I already know it's gonna be a sequel.
How many parts is it gonna be?
At least 2.
That's a lot of life. She said Part 1. She gonna do like Tom Cruise, name the second part something totally different. So she put out this book. It came out the 19th. She says she was dating a boy when she was 14, saying he would kiss her in her bedroom. She noticed that boy's behavior changed when his friends were around. He was sweet enough when we were alone, but as soon as friends came around, he treated me like an embarrassing kid. One day, when the boys were planning an outing to a restaurant, she says they laughed and mockingly asked her boyfriend. They laughed and mockingly asked her boyfriend if he was going to bring that kid, at which point he promptly ditched her. I was so hurt when he did that. I had revenge sex with him. I had never wanted to. Otherwise, I would have done it one of the 500 other times he asked, but I was so angry at being dismissed, I decided to, if not, loan out my virginity to him. What does that mean, to loan out your virginity? Mm-hmm. When what turned out to be a massively overrated experience came to an end, I asked him, is that it? Are we finished? When I told him to go home and never come back, and I wanted him to feel just as dismissed as he made me feel. Oh, okay. So he's like, I gave you some, now get the fuck out. I guess. I don't know. People do weird things about sex, and I do this a little bit. Like, I loan out dick. Okay? Nobody can have my dick. You may borrow some dick, but yes, I would like it back when you're done. It is coming with me. Okay? It's like Tupperware. All right? She notes that the boy later tried to make it up to her, but she never spoke to him again. She said, my mother warned me that the minute I lost my virginity, she'd know because she see it in my eyes. So after that romp with the Italian, I ran to the mirror to check. I half expected to see the word sex flashing in fluorescent letters across my forehead, but I couldn't spot any difference, and she didn't either. She adds, that's because you got to wear them shades inside. That's how you keep them from knowing.
Of course.
So yeah, that's what she was talking about. Shout out to share her autobiography. We love to see it. Her memoir, I mean, part one. We love to see it. Let's see. Margot Robbie gave birth.
Oh, for real?
34 years old. She delivered a healthy baby boy.
Oh.
Yep. Good for Margot. We love to see it. Karen knows who she is. Harley Quinn.
Yes, and Barbie.
Elwood Edwards, the voice of AOL's You've Got Mail. Alert has died at 74.
Wow.
Yeah. I just wonder, like, what else he said. Because I feel like if you had that voice, it would probably mess your life up. Because, like, nobody will be able to get over the novelty of hearing your voice say those things, you know?
Because when that movie was made, that was a big thing.
Yeah. Not movie. Not just, he was the voice of AOL. When you remember on AOL?
Oh,
you
like
log
the,
in, You've Got Mail.
that.
He was him. So I'm saying, like, what else? Like, if you get in a fight with the You've Got Mail man, where you like, hey man, you a real bitch and I don't like you. And he's like, no, you're a bitch and I don't like you. You're going to get a foot up your ass. Like, it's just, I feel like people would never take him seriously.
No, they would
You know,
never take
if
it
he's
seriously.
dating you, I'm going to eat that pussy from the back.
Oh no.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
That would be too much to process.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
You've got tail. I don't know. Anyway, rest in peace to that man. Must have
Rest
lived a
in
fascinating
peace.
life.
Right.
Very confusing. Let's see. Last white people news, and then we'll get out of here. Education secretary open-minded on England's smacking ban. The education secretary says she's open-minded about a ban on smacking children in England. Bridget Phillipson told BBC's Laura Kuenssberg on Sunday that the government was considering a ban, but that legislation would not be advanced anytime soon. Her comments were a response to fresh calls for a ban in England by Children's Commissioner Dame Rachel D'Souza, who suggested adopting similar measures already in place in Scotland and Wales. So I guess in England you can still smack a kid. Do you smack him in like the
give
mouth,
him
or is that just like
left
what they
hand.
call spanking?
Right. Do you know what? I think that might be what they call spanking.
Children's charity, the NSPCC, called on the new legislation as soon as possible as there was mounting evidence that physically disciplining children could be damaging. Speaking on Sunday morning, Phillipson said she was keen to hear from Dame Rachel and other experts on how a ban would work. How would it work? You just don't hit the kids. It's just hard.
You just don't whoop the kids' ass.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand, but yeah, it sounds like it's spanking.
Yeah. But I just don't get how, like, how would we even discipline the kids if you can't hit them in 2024? It's impossible.
We wouldn't know what to do.
Right. In a statement, she added, "This is why we want the government to legislate as soon as possible to give children in England the same protection from assault afforded to adults and already in place for children in Scotland and Wales." Other charities, but have you seen the Scottish and Welsh children? Those kids are fucking off the hook. They are just whooping everyone's ass because no one ever gave them a smacking. How they supposed to learn? Other charities, including Bernardo's, have also long called for an English smacking ban. 2/3 of English people, polled by YouGov in March last year, said physically disciplining children was not acceptable. But have you met these children? In England and North Ireland, it is legal for a carer or parent to discipline their child physically if it is a reasonable punishment by the Children Act of 2004. But the Children Act of 2004 made it illegal to assault a child causing actual or grievous bodily harm.
Right, because before you still left that gray area.
I like how we just all expect all these people to just know the fine line. It's like, oh, you just slightly over. Take about 5% off that smack. There you go. Perfect.
Right. That's why they was like, you know what? Let's make it clear.
And now your child will learn not to play in the store. There you go. You got them. You taught them.
No life lessons.
They'll remember that for the rest of their lives.
Yes, they will.
But yeah, shout out to them. White people news, you know. Meanwhile, in America, we're trying to bring slavery back. So I don't know. Like, our children gonna be on the post. I just hope I go to one of them good plantations with one of them nice slave owners that the white people always going on about, you know, trying to get big and strong. So at least they let me keep my family together, I hope, you know.
Right.
Just hope we all go to the same plantation. I mean, it's the least they can do. We live kind of close to each other, my family, so, you know, it's no reason to break tomorrow's up.
Right.
You know, I know they want to get their way back, and they got Trump in office, and they're gonna change all our last names to Mar-a-Lago or some shit. But just keep my family together. That's all.
Keep
I'm asking.
my people together.
You know, I don't care if you're smacking white kids or not. Just don't whip the black ones here in America.
That's all I ask.
Little gallows humor for y'all. All right, let's get out of here on the last thing, which is sword ratchetness.
Okay.
I feel like Raphael article. I saw on YouTube. He's always trying to beg me to play some type of weird link from somewhere. A man arrested for allegedly brandishing a sword at the office of the president. First of all, that's a lot of ambition. The office of the president, you went for the top. Oh wait, is this one of those that just
play the music?
play the music? Is it never gonna say anything?
Nope.
Oh, all right. Well, fuck this article. This I thought I was gonna play some news. All right. Well, anyway, that's why I don't click on those things, Raphael, because it'd be that bad. All right. Here's a different one. Then let's go to this one. Erie man charged after allegedly attacking his roommate with a sword.
Oh no.
Oh, this article looks like it does play. All right, and it might be from the news. Let's give it another shot with a different one. First of all, Erie sounds scary. Like that was eerie. Isn't that something we say about things that are frightening? So Erie man is actually his location. He's from a place called Erie.
Okay.
But could also serve as, it's like being from Scary Town or something. A scary man attacks wife with sword. It's like that was very scary. Yes.
Yes. I could see this happening in your town.
Yeah. Like it's gotta be someplace in America called like Dangerous City, you know? Dangerous man wields gun. Like, yes, he was double dangerous. Gotta keep it real. All right, here we go.
Police custody, charged with attempted murder after he allegedly tried to kill his roommate with a sword. According to police, 54-year-old.
First of all, thank you, news anchor Wilford Brimley. This man just reminded me I need to get some oatmeal.
Yes.
Roommate with a sword. According to police, 54-year-old Ben Lehman attacked his 66-year-old roommate with a sword, roughly 4 feet long.
How old is Ben Lehman again? 54,
Yes.
and his roommate is 66.
60 something. One is 50, one is 60.
4 feet long. The two allegedly getting into an argument after the 66-year-old opened a window at their apartment Saturday night in the 500 block of East 9th Street. Eventually, that argument escalated, prompting Lehman to allegedly tell the victim, "Today's the day you die." Then the attack commenced with the...
I always say this. When God opens a window, he pulls out a sword.
No, that is not.
That's the saying.
No, that
That's
is
how-
not.
You can ask Kev on stage. He know. He religious and he be knowing that stuff.
Not true.
sword. Police arrived on scene to find the victim, they say, with blood all over his head and face. That victim fled, telling police he believed there were firearms in the house. Lehman is being held at the Erie County Prison on $150,000 bond.
Now you know he ain't got no 150. But yeah,
So don't.
he ain't got two swords to rub together. He ain't got a bathtub to piss in while he showers. Okay. All All right, y'all. That's it for today's episode. We appreciate y'all. Don't sue us, Drake, if you listen to this. Okay.
Please don't.
We played the song earnestly. It was no bots making me listen to You Get Called a Pedophile every day, multiple times a day, singing along to it. That Kendrick didn't make me do that. UMG didn't do it. Rockefeller couldn't do it. Nobody can do it. Nobody but Kendrick did it. All right, y'all. That's it. We'll be back. Until next time. I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody.